Hello, I'm Adam Kozorth, the preacher for the Second Street Church of Christ in Belmont, Mississippi, and this is your Pearl of Truth for today. In Matthew 11, verses 28 through 30, Jesus said, "Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light." I want to hone in for just a moment on that term, rest. It's used twice in this particular passage of Scripture, and yet each time it is used just a little bit differently. In that first instance, in verse 28, Jesus says, "For those who labor and are heavy laden, those who are burdened and worn down and tired and exhausted, to come to Him, and He will give rest." The use of the term here means to refresh, to recharge, to refill, to build back up again. It's the type of term that we would use with a rest area on the interstate. It's not the final location to which we are going, but it is a place to reset and to refresh ourselves before we continue on the journey. That's what Jesus is talking about here. But how do we get that rest? Well, he talks about it in verse 29. He says we have to be willing to learn about him and take his yoke upon us. We've got to be willing to learn what he wants us to do. And from there, to be willing to let him lead us, to let him guide us. He says, if you will come to me and let me do this, I'll recharge you along the way. I'll refresh you and I will strengthen you and give you the ability to continue down the path you need to go that will lead you to that second rest that he talks about in verse 29. That second rest is a term that means a cessation of work, a final rest, a place of relaxation. He says, if you will take my yoke upon you, if you will learn of me, I am meek and lowly in heart. I am humble and willing to help. And you'll find that final rest for your souls. Jesus wants us to find rest. He wants us to be able to have that eternal rest with him, but it will only come, he says, if you come to me. If you let me guide you, if you learn about me. So as we reach the struggle points of our life, as we deal with troubles and fears and hardships, where do we go? Jesus says, my yoke is easy, my burden is light. If we are willing to turn to him, if we will let him guide the way, we will reach that eternal place of rest. But not if we go our own path. Not if we decide we have to be the ones to figure it out on our own and that our way is better than his. We will never find that rest if we follow that means. So today, are you seeking after the rest that Jesus offers? Are you willing to come to him, to let him fill you back up through his word and through understanding who he is, to be able to continue on your journey and to be able to reach that ultimate rest? May God bless you and have a great day.